All right, guys, we've got a few different sections in here, but basically we're just finding areas and volumes. All right, for these first triangle ones, I'll do one problem in the section, and you guys can try to figure out, and I'll try to look if there's any hints I can give you. All right, for these, the area of triangles area equals 1/2 the base times the height. So you got to remember, triangles are like half of rectangles, right? A triangle is half a rectangle, so at the very end, we have to multiply by half. Okay, so the only thing you need to know is you need to know what the base is and the height is. And then we multiply them together and divide by 2. The base is whatever floor you can find. The base is either going to be this side, or this side. They can be any side if you know how high the ceiling is from there. So in this particular problem, the 7 is going to be the floor, not because it's on the ground, but because if we make that the floor, we know exactly how high up the ceiling is. Straight up and down, the ceiling is 4 away from the base. So our base is going to be 7, and our height, or the distance to the ceiling on a straight line, not a diagonal line, is 4. So our base is 7, and the height is 4. But we have to multiply by 1/2 because triangles are always half rectangles. So we have to find the base and the height, and then because it's a triangle, the area will be half that. So the area is going to be 1/2 of 28. The area is going to be 14 units squared. Now, do you have to put the units squared for these? Yes, you do. All right. So some hints. If this was the floor, this was the ceiling, and yes, we know straight up how tall that is because the 90 degrees gives it away. So we have our base and we have our height. Okay? For this one, pretty tough. Let's see. If the 8 was the floor, we don't know how high this would be the ceiling. We don't know how high that is. There's no measurement that tells us how high that is. So that's not the floor, and that's not the height. Where's my undo? Okay. So if the 5 was the floor, this would be the ceiling way over there. And we don't know, even though that is a measurement, it's a diagonal. This is not 90 degrees. So that's not the height. But if the 4 is the floor, then we know up to here, we do know the straight up distance from the floor there, and that's 3. So our base is 4, this is the floor, and our height up to here is exactly 3. So area equals 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 4 times 3. And then see if you can figure out what the floor and what the height is for number 4. All right, I'm going to do number 5. You have to do the rest of them. The area for circles is area equals pi r squared. R means radius, and here is the radius. Don't be confused. The radius does not go all the way across. The radius is just this line from the middle to the side. So for this one, there's the radius. Area equals pi times 5 squared. Area equals 25 pi units squared. Now, that's the 11th grade answer. That's an exact answer. So that's my 11th grade answer. My 8th grade answer is I have to actually give an estimation for 25 pi. So I'm going to do 25 times 3.14 is 78.5. 78.5 units squared because these are flat units. Remember, pi is approximately 3.14. So we're just making 25 times 3.14. You should be able to do that. 7 and 8, don't get confused. Remember, you have to look for the radius, not the diameter. Good luck. Okay, guys, let's see. These ones down here. Find the radius of a circle. If the diameter is 12, you should know the radius. If the area is 36 pi units. Now, think about for that one. If I have a circle, and the area is 36 pi, and the area is pi r squared, So 36 pi equals pi r squared. The pi's cancel out from both sides. And you get 36 equals r squared, so r must be 6. Now, that's pretty complicated algebra, but just think about, look at up here. We had on number 5, if it was a radius of 5, it became 25 pi units. So if I gave you the answer first, could you figure out what the radius needed to be? So if I gave you 36 pi, you know that you can get rid of the pi because the pi just comes along with it. So this must be 6. 6 times 6 is 36 plus the pi. So can you figure out what the radius of that circle must be for 121 pi? And then this one's tough. What if I give you the 8th grade answer of 50.24 units? Could you figure out what the radius of that circle was? Over here I gave you the 11th grade answer. Okay, for 13, this should be easy now. You can easily get the area of this circle. All you do is you get the area of that circle, and we'll call that the base of this shape. So the volume equals the base of that shape. So we just find the area of the circle, which is 3, area equals pi r squared. 3 is the radius, so area equals 9 pi units squared. And then we just stretch that out, and we stretch it down by 5, so we call that multiplying by the height. So for this one, it's equals 9 pi times 5. The volume is 45 pi units cubed because it's 3D. It's a 3D shape. So for these, simple. We can find the area. We can find the area of a circle and just stretch it out downwards. We call that formula, once again, we find the base or the overall circle. That's what this is. And then we just multiply by the height, which is over here. So, and it's 3D. So find how much the circle is and then just stretch it out. Same thing there. Don't be thrown off by the diameter. Okay, next one. Hey, where's the other page?